And this country provided me an opportunity to build a business and hopefully be able to pass that business on to my children. They say we have privilege. I'm going to tell you something. I want to be clear about this. I will never apologize for my parents working hard and teaching me the value of a good work ethic. Right? That's what sets us apart, is that we're willing to go to work, we're willing to take on debt, we're willing to do things that is necessary to be successful. Right? I will never apologize for the hard work my parents put into me. You know, I will never apologize that my parents were willing to spank me when I needed it, right? They taught me discipline. They taught me to be respectful of other people. You know, this world would change a lot if those values would once again be taught. But we're not here to point out the sins of the opposition. I mean, we're here to encourage you to take a stand and no longer be silent. Right? No longer be silent. Make a noise. Make a noise. Make a noise so loud that they can hear you in Minneapolis. You know, the hard-working class of this country is the backbone. You know, we are what supports everything that goes on, the farmers, the loggers, the electric industry, all the industries that you see. You know, that's where wealth comes from. The government wants to tell you that they can create wealth. Well, how exactly does the government create wealth? They only spend it. They only spend it. They don't create nothing. They're like a bloodsucker on our backs. You know, they take from us. They take, and then they redistribute. Well, how does that fix anything? We need to create wealth in this country. And that happens through natural resources. It happens through business. It happens through a bull bash. Right? It happens through business. That's how you create wealth. I'm an uneducated man, they say, because I didn't go to college. But you have a third-grade education. Tells you their math don't add up. Right? You could be in third grade and realize you can't just keep spending. That ain't going to fix anything. I never dreamed I would see the day that this flag gets so disrespected. You know, Americans have always had disagreements in the past. We've always had different political parties. We've always had arguments, you know, that go on. But at the end of the day, we can stand under this flag, stand together under this flag and agree that we're all Americans, right? Yes. You know, we shouldn't let things divide us. We shouldn't let politics divide us. And they want to divide us by class, by race, by, you know, whether you're in the service or you're not, all kinds of different classifications they put us in order to divide us, right? By the way, I want to shout out to all the 19-year-old cooks that are here today. We know better than that. We know better than that. There's a lot more to the military than serving meals, and we know that. And even the cooks are important in the military. Somebody's got to feed them. Our own governor has sought to insult us through comments like rocks and cows and 19-year-old cooks. I mean, have we ever thought we'd see a day? Aren't we all just Americans? No matter what color we are, no matter what we do in life, aren't we all just Americans? Can't we just act like that? We are here, like I said, these guys get past, to support our local businesses. Businesses like this right here, the Barbecue Steakhouse. How much has this impacted him? to not have as many customers. All over the state, we've seen businesses shut down, and some are left open, like Walmart. You know, and you know where most of the goods come from Walmart? Didn't they send us the virus? I mean, does that make sense that we should continue to support them and not our local businesses, not our local farmers? You know, if shutting down is so easy, why haven't they relinquished their pay? If they want us to do it without our money, our profit, our pay, why are the politicians still getting paid? If shutting down is that easy, if we can just idle our businesses and shut everything down and it's no problem, well, I think they should do it without their pay as well. I think you'd see us get restarted in a hurry. We feel our very way of life is being threatened. You know, I just can't explain it. It is so hard to watch. You know, businesses that have taken 20, 30 years to build, even ours, you know, we've been logging since 1991. And, you know, look at the effects this is having on them. You know, and we have, as far as I know, we don't even have a death in Wadena County, do we, from COVID?
Hell no.
I mean, this virus is so deadly, they got to lie about the number of cases. We got people getting letters in the mail saying they're positive and they've never been tested. I mean, this virus is so deadly, they got to make it up. They got to make things up to make you scared, you know, to make you afraid. So then you'll just bow down and put the mask on and shut up. I say they need to just tell us the truth, especially the media. They need to tell us the truth and quit trying to slant things in one direction or another. Just tell us what the man said. Don't tell us he's racist for saying it. Just tell us what the man said. We can decide on our own.
There's one man here that's kind of standing out in the shadow over there that I'd like to give a thanks to, and is John Kangas over here with the flag. He was one of the first guys here tonight, and he's only commissioner that would come out here and hang out with us because he's the only one that counts. There is a couple more ones up for election. So, John, can you hear us over there? Thanks. He stands up for us all the way and supports. And I got to thank Mike Carr and the cops on that there. They did really good, and I called him one Sunday and he said, you said you had my back, everything I do, right? And he said, yeah. I said, well, we want to bring the protest to your town. Well, go ahead. You can do that. I talked to him 2 days ago and said, I bet you didn't think I was serious, did you? Oh, no. As soon as I got off the phone, I called a couple of my deputies and said, Troy's coming to town. But no, they've been really good support. They know that we're trying to send a message down to our governor down there. He did make, I've been calling down there a lot, and the other day one of his puppets that answered said, well, you guys won't get no crowd up there anyways, you know.
We're in Mayra.
Yeah, I guess I'm not quite as good a speaker as Lyle here, but if I'd have been here a year ago, told me to do this, I wouldn't have no way stood up here and did it, but the government's kind of bringing out a different side where we think, well, screw it, we can stand up here and talk. They get us flustered, you know, they take your whole year's pay away and won't let you do nothing, and I'm sure if I could see what they're doing down there, they're laughing and joking and bumping fists, that's cool, you know, we're knocking another one out, you know. But, and then with the Epi Cimarron here, with all they did, nice of him to come down and support us here. And, when I was on the phone with all the big guys in the cities there, I said, you know what, I was up there to Epi on Saturday for the protest, and said I felt I had to be up there to stand up for our country and our rights. And didn't have too much to say about that, but I thought it was kind of true to let us be, you know. Oh, I had a few other things. I'm not as good as Lyle here about it, but oh, then the other one here I had was for these schools, you know, they're trying to use their kids as weapons, and I got 4 young kids, and I don't want to send them back to school because they just want to use them for a politician's weapon, and I don't think our kids need to be used in the middle of this, and I'd kind of rather keep them home until the government gets their stuff all figured out, you know. And oh yeah, Lyle hit on the doctors with being falsified and giving all this false tests and false deaths and grabbing old people that die of old age and putting them on the list of the COVID. I think their doctors, as much as we probably need them, are a lot of this fault. If they would quit doing a lot of that, I think it would be gone here real quick. So that's one. Yeah, all the losses of loved ones, the old folks, I mean, there's a lot of them that are dying from loneliness, and then they're getting thrown under the table for the Corona grant. Well, one other one I had here that probably don't mean a lot, but a lot of this like DNR, I just like calling out their government, but the DNR in this county here, they own a majority of the land, so they're not paying no taxes on it. Well, ours goes up, but why do they need to be all that land for DNR, you know? So, if we had some deer hunter from the cities, at least they'd pay taxes on it, you know? But, they don't. I guess I don't know what, Lyle, you want it back for a bit?
We just no longer have a choice, folks. We got to take a stand. We can no longer remain silent. Okay? We have to take a stand. We're going to lose what our forefathers fought for. You know, it just ain't right. It just ain't right. Our children, this is the greatest country on the face of the earth. Don't let them ever say not. It ain't. This is the greatest country on the face of this earth, and I love America. I love America's people. We're good, hard-working people. We help each other out when needed. I'll guarantee you, this crowd could point to a neighbor that's helped them in some way. Right? And we're just good-hearted people. And I think sometimes that good-heartedness leads us to stay silent. It leads us to just, you know, stay in the corner. You know, we take the lumps and we don't stand. I stand here as an American, right? I'm an American citizen. That used to mean something. You know, that used to mean something. That meant we had certain unalienable rights guaranteed to us by our Constitution, right? Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. And we're watching those very rights be taken away from us, right? And our children and our grandchildren. I stand here as a Christian. We're watching those rights be taken us. Right now, they're banning churches from gathering in the Lord's name. Right now, as we speak, they're not allowing churches to get together. Same as business.
Banning churches, but allowing big corporations to make millions.
Right. They let Walmart sell all their goods, but yet our churches are closed. Well, the Constitution guarantees our right for the freedom of religion. It guarantees our right to assemble. It guarantees our right to worship God. And I stand here as a businessman. And I represent the freedom of the American dream. This land has given me opportunity to be successful, right? And I want my children to enjoy that. I want my grandchildren to enjoy that freedom, right? It ain't going down without a fight, and I think you guys are with me. Are we going to sit back and wait? Are we going to fight? It's not the land of free stuff. It's the land of free opportunity, right? Almost done here. And I stand here today as a voice for all of you who agree. I know it's hard to get up here and take the mic, and Troy asked me because he doesn't particularly like it, and I don't know that I like it, but I do it anyway, right? I do it anyway because I know someone needs to do it. Someone needs to stand up and voice our opinions on the matter. Someone needs to voice what the silent majority's been thinking for years and years and years, and we've just sat there and taken it. Right? Are you with me today? Stay strong, stay united, and may God once again bless our country and our people.
Amen.
Would you take a moment and pray with me? Heavenly Father, I ask that you would forgive us for the times that we have stayed silent and we could have made a difference, Father. And I ask that you would show us ways that we can voice our opinion and we can get our message across. Lord, I just ask that you would bless these people for coming here today and all of those that had to work and couldn't be here. I really believe that if for every person standing here, there's 1,000, possibly 10,000 more that would have liked to. Just once again, would you place your hand on America, Father, and that you would help us to rid us of the evil that exists in this country and replace it with good. I ask this in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you, everyone.
Do you think
I did. Yeah. No, the law enforcement, they're great. Without them, we don't have nobody to patrol us. No, and another one here, they called the other day, well, the county had been on the phone every day with the police department, and they've been kind of nervous, but yet really supportive, but worried. And, well, they get a hold of the fairground guy over here, because they can park there, and I said, no, I don't know him, I don't know a number, finally I got a number. So I called him, he stands over here, Darren, and we got him on the phone, and he kind of sounded a little standoffish. Well, I don't know if we can do this and that. And I said, well, shoot, we can park him right on Highway 10 then, can't we? Well, I don't know, we'll talking with him after an hour, and he says, damn right, you can park him here, I'm coming all the way. To find people that can go from standoffish to, hell yeah, and he stands over here. He'd be a lot better talker than me. He called out the whole town here when I talked to him about all of the BS in the county. And there was one here that the Wadena County here got money handed down to him, $1.7 million for small businesses. They decided to break that up, $5,000 per business. But they don't really want to let it be told too much because they kind of like nobody to take that so they could keep that money. So if nobody signs up, and like he said, it's 3 days of paperwork for $5,000. Well, not everyone has got that much time or knowledge to fill it out. So if they can keep all that, well, they can get a raise, they can build on the courthouse, they can get new vehicles, they can do all this with that 1.7. Take it from the small business. I thought maybe they should do is find 100 businesses, how many ever sign up, and divide that amongst them. To me, that would make sense. Or take it, lower your taxes or something. This county that we're standing in right here is the poorest county in the state of Minnesota. Number 22 to the poorest county in the United States. And it's number 2 to the highest taxes in the state. So that says a lot for us here. So, let's give hats off and a round of applause to Joe Biden, because we got to have somebody to run against here, I believe. So, any Joe Biden fans here that we can give a hats off to? I guess we got one, but she ain't listening. Can't imagine. Some people get old, I guess. Lyle, do you got anything more to say? Is anybody else out there got anything to say? Right here's a really good speaker. Aho over here. You got anything to say? I've heard you speak a time or two before, and you took away with it.
She's asking for
Troy, you want to say anything?
with our right to.
If you don't, we need a bouncer worse. Troy, would you rather be a bouncer or a talker?
I'll talk even if I'm not good at talking, because I ain't a bouncer. I don't know for sure what to say, but we're going to let her rock. We're going to let her roll. When I started rolling this way today, it was kind of hard. It's kind of, you wonder if it's a sad day, because I looked at all the tractors that was following me. There was not one man or lady or kid who ever thinks about protesting, who ever thought about going out to go against the government. Not one of them had ever thought about it. They were all workers. They all got families. They all got kids at home. They all got work at home. They got things to do. But they also realize, the same as I do, that we got to take care of the country. That the way it's going, it's not in the right direction. So I was a little nervous coming this way. And as I seen all the people, it goes from a sad day to a proud day to know that you look at all the traffic going by, all the people walking with you, the cops walking with you. We talked to the chief of police, we talked to Mike Carr, and he said we're with you 100%. We gotta do it. Keep it under control. We did our best to keep it under control. They're working with us. I think everybody who was walking, riding horse, honking their horns and giving us thumbs up, we've seen them by the piles. There was a few who weren't happy, but there was many more happy. But a lot of people won't step up to the plate unless there's others to step up. Nobody was stepping up until they stepped up at the FE Rodeo. I'd never heard of the FE Rodeo until I got a call and they said, "You going to the protest?" I said, "I know nothing about no protest." They said, "After you step into the plate," and I said, "Tell me which way to drive, north, west, south, or east. We're going." So we went up there. And from there, it started to bounce. It's like I told my wife, my kids, and a lot of people. He kicked the ball. It took a real man to kick that ball. And it takes a lot of people to keep that ball bouncing. If that ball stops bouncing, we lost. It can't stop. It's got to keep going. What happened here in Wadena is a big thing, but a small thing. And the biggest thing is we're driving around and we've seen phones after phones. I'm not a very good techie man, but man, I tell you, some of these kids and other people can run that techie thing like no other. I got complete faith that we've been witnessed from the far east and the far west and the north and the south. And we got a lot of proud people out there. And a lot of people who may not have been proud, but hopefully they're going to come to the light. There's no reason when we go to church that we got to be a criminal, that we got to break the law to go to church. There's no reason that my wife and my kids got to feel ashamed when they go to town if they don't got a mask on. Because they know, and we all know, it ain't necessary. And if there is somebody who feels that they got to wear a mask, that's just fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We can accept it that way. It's no different than anything else. If you're sick, if you're scared of being sick, you protect yourself. But I don't believe there's any spot, any time that we should be told that we got to do that. It's got to be stopped. And the only way it's ever going to be stopped is by us stepping to the plate the same way. If I knew names good and remember names, I'd say his name, but I'm just going to call him the Effie Man. And I'm proud of that guy. He stepped to the plate and he let it roll. And I'm proud of everybody here and everybody who's supporting us. And I hope that it doesn't stop in Wadena. I hope it goes north, south, east, and west. And I hope it gets to right to the top of Congress. That they'll see there is people out there who still care, who still believe in the freedom, who still believe in faith in God, who still believe in neighbors and friends, who still believe in taking care of each other. My brother's got cancer, and I got kids, and I got grandmas and grandpas. And if my brother wants me to stand back because he don't want to get sick, I'll gladly stand back and respect it. And I hope he makes it through. And if any of the grandparents don't feel like getting close to me, I can respect that. I don't have to lock them up, and nobody's got to lock them up in their room. If they feel that they want to go free, let them enjoy their golden years, the last years on this earth. Let them enjoy it if that's what they choose to do. Don't lock them up. They don't got the power like this young do. They don't got the ambition. They probably wish they could be on the streets right now helping us. And I'm positive there's some at home cheering and hoping that the day comes that their grandkids, their kids, their great-grandkids can come and visit with them and have the great golden years. I hope we can go back to church without feeling guilty that we're supposed to be so far apart. It should be shoulder to shoulder. It should be everybody there. Everybody joining together. Not that it's against the law. Not that we're breaking the law going. Not that we're criminals by going. That doesn't belong. It never has belonged and it never will belong. I hope and pray that changes. I hope that what we did today makes a difference. I hope that helps it along. I hope this word spreads and it goes far and wide across the whole world. I hope this ball keeps bouncing. And I thank everybody who came and everybody who drove by and honked and waved and put the thumbs up and nodded in approval. I gotta thank them all. And I hope it continues. Thank you.
I got one story to tell about that guy there. He's one of the craziest. A lot of you know him could say that. I had a bunch of rodeo cows loose here a year or two ago, and I think we were gone, but I heard all kinds of stories. But for a guy to be on a horseback flying through popple trees wide open, through the brush, trees, bails off on a 200-pound rodeo calf, tackles him to the ground, and they found an ear tag, and I put a name in the tag and said Troy. I said, why'd you put that in there? Is that the only name you know how to spell? Both of us are Troys. But otherwise, I want to give hats off to the farmers and ranchers. Kind of sad that they feed the world, but fortunately can't afford to eat. It shouldn't be that way. Do we have anyone else that would like to speak? How about you, Mr. Aho? I know you had some time to think about it. I've heard you talk before. You say yeah? Is anybody else? Anybody else want to speak? Or?
Hey, Troy. I'll take it. I've been the voice.
Before I forget, we are bucking bulls out at our place tonight, so if anybody wants to come out there, we'll be doing that. I do have to ask, though, 250 people is a limit, so if somebody does get asked to leave, that'll be why, or Governor Waltz would want us to do that.
Hi, some of you guys don't know me. I'm Cassandra Witt. My Facebook video went viral. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. It went all the way down to Texas, as far as California, and down to Florida. Now, we've been supported. We have sat quietly as we listened to our governor. We stayed home when we were asked. We did the respectable thing and we kept our 6 feet of distance. We watched our businesses close. We watched our children mourn alone. And we kept our mouths shut because we were asked. We knew how to behave. Our parents raised us right. And we did the best we could because that's what we were asked to do. We watched our businesses go bankrupt. We watched homes go into foreclosure. We watched our elderly be kept away from their families. And we continued to comply. And when our government asked us, just put that mask on, you'll do just fine. We continue to do it. But the one thing we ain't doing no more is we ain't taking our government come after our heritage, our families, our rodeos, and our businesses anymore. We have a voice, and let's let the government and everybody around us hear it. Because we're tired of being broke, we're tired of losing our homes, we're tired of losing our families, but everybody else gets heard. It's time we, the people, the backbone of this country, stand up for our rights and tell Governor Walz, this is our state, our country, and we ain't taking it no more.
Thanks, you can tell a little bit better than I can, I know that. Anybody else wanna, I don't know how I got this job, I'm no talker, no speaker, I'm just a damn washed up lowrider. Tell some people, I guess, if I wasn't a lowrider, I kinda hard-headed, kinda dumb, never jumped on the chute gate. If it wasn't for all that, I probably wouldn't be here right now, putting up with it, trying to fight it, but as of right now, I don't know if it's worth putting on the bull riding or not. I'd kind of like to go for it, but fortunately my wife over here, somebody else has got to talk to her a bunch. I had a couple that offered to take her for a trip that weekend, and I said, well, that's easy to find somebody to do that, but who's going to do all of her work? And they said, well, we don't have enough. Anybody else? Got anything else to say?
God bless America!
God bless America. Thanks for coming. Yes, I don't have anything more. You, Janet? You got anything to say? You talk a lot.
Amen.
Okay, I guess we'll just end it with impeaching our governor. Oh, there's a protest rally, something up here in Nevis coming up on the 29th or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. I did talk to the guy a couple days ago, and so maybe we'll get a couple more of them to break out and give it a try. Are we done? Okay, I guess I don't have no more to say.